of this morning, at least 10 people have died. Officials think that number will go up as they get around these neighborhoods. 180,000 people now have been forced to evacuate as flames have burned over 30,000 acres. That's about twice the size of Manhattan. 5 major fires have broken out this week, with 2 of the most severe at just 6% and 0% contained, respectively, as we sit here now on Friday. The newest fire, Kenneth, began last night near Calabasas, though the Ventura County Fire Department says it's been able to stop the forward progress, at least, of that fire. While winds eased a bit yesterday, they are, as I said, expected to intensify and last through today, which, of course, only helps to spread these fires further. In total, the wildfires are expected to be the costliest in U.S. history, with losses estimated around $50 billion. That's according to J.P. Morgan. Join us now live from Altadena, California, NBC News correspondent Dana Griffin. Dana, good morning to you today. What are you seeing since we saw you about 24 hours ago?
Yeah, Willie, good morning to you. We are seeing a much noticeably different law enforcement presence here. We are noticing these black and white patrol vehicles. They've got their red and blue lights flashing. We are noticing this at almost every corner in the evacuation zone. As we kind of pivot here, you can see the lights here. This was not the scene, as you mentioned, yesterday morning, because you know, they kind of had a more open area. We saw several people able to walk into the evacuation zone, and that's why they decided to bring in the California National Guard. You can see we've got one Hummer right here, and there's also a guardsman standing watch. There are actually a few more inside this vehicle here. They've deployed these resources because there have been several people arrested already who have gotten into that evacuation zone. Several people have been arrested for looting. That's why there is now a curfew in effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And they want to make it clear only first responders, media are allowed in this area. They want to keep people out to try to protect the properties that are still standing, and so that they can focus the resources on the firefighting effort. You mentioned the new fire that broke out last night. Luckily, some progress there. Here in Altadena, some 13,000 plus acres have burned. We know that there are 10 fatality reports that the medical examiner is now going to have to work through. And it's a challenge because the medical examiner hasn't even been able to go to some of those locations because of the safety concerns and the firefighting efforts. So some of those remains are exactly where they are at this point. So it's been an emotional week for several people returning home. And you know, people still cannot wrap their heads around what has happened to this community here in Altadena, where the Eaton fire burned, and also in the Palisades area. And so, again, you can see crews, they're getting out of their vehicles. They're being more diligent, checking licenses and making sure that people who are entering this area are the people that need to be here. And we are noticing, like I mentioned, just a huge law enforcement presence. Willie?
Dana, what are you hearing about the firefighting efforts? I mean, it's pretty extraordinary to be here on Friday morning now, all these days later, saying one of the fires is 0% contained, one of them is 5% contained. We understand how difficult this effort is, how unpredictable the fires are, how the winds are coming back. But does CAL FIRE, do the firefighters there feel like at some point they'll begin to get their arms around these flames?
Absolutely. I think they feel that they are making some forward progress. I know when you hear those numbers, 0%, 6%, people think that that's a really low number. But when you start to get containment numbers, it's actually a really good sign, because it's not reflective of the level of flames or the out of controlness of those flames. It means the line that they have around the fire so that it can essentially burn itself out. So when we start to see the containment numbers and the acreage not move as much, that's the indication that we have that, okay, they are making forward progress. We do still have the threat of the Santa Ana winds. Where we're not experiencing gusts that we felt, 48 hours prior. So that is also going to be some relief for the firefighting efforts. But I also got to mention that there has been some things that have hurt their effort, like the drone that crashed into a firefighting aircraft. That aircraft now cannot go up. So they're telling people, do not put drones up in these areas. Really?
All right, NBC's Dana Griffin live from Altadena, California, where if you look at some of those drone pictures, it's just been wiped out. All that's left in the footprint of these homes are chimneys in many cases. Let's